All right, everybody, welcome back to the Sideshow. My name is Mingo.
This is Tony. So how's your knee, kid?
You know what? It's funny you asked. I went back on Friday, so I go back 4 Fridays in a row for this thing. Remember I told you that I thought like I was gonna get like a wave cap on my knee, and then it was gonna be like that.
Wave? You say a wave cap?
Yeah, like a just a hat over my knee, and that it was gonna pulse it with electricity.
Oh, okay.
That's not what it is. Holy shit, that's not what it is. So I went on Friday, and he pulls out this wand, and it looked like a cross between a personal massager, like the old school ones that women had. They just had the big old head on the top, and a fleshlight. It was a cross between those two, and it was connected to what looked like a sonogram machine. And then he's talking to me, and he's pulls out my short leg, and I was like, all right. And he squeezes that jelly on my knee, like they use on the women, right? And he said, I'm going to set this kind of low just to see how well you tolerate it, and then we'll adjust it from there, but it'll never be less than this. All right. So he's doing the top of my knee with this wave machine, right? So he takes the bulbous of whatever this machine is, and he puts it on my knee, and he waves, and he's going across, and then he clicks it, and you hear it click, and then it's like it shoots electricity and sparks on your through that little rubber cap.
You saw the sparks?
Yeah, like you could see it light up like a laser, right? So he does that all across the top, and he said, "How's that?" I said, "Yeah, that's cool, dude. I don't feel nothing." He said, "What's your pain level?" I said, "Like 0 to 1, maybe." He said, "All right." So then he goes down the side on the inside of my leg, right? Holy shit, Tony. That was a totally different story going down that motherfucker. Because as soon as he hit that button, boy, I was like a cat on fucking a hot tin roof or whatever they say. He hit that little button, and I felt it through my knee and straight down my leg. And it wasn't like you feel it in the meat, you feel it like in the bone. And I was like, oh shit. He said, "Oh yeah, that's a little bit different, huh?" I said, "Yeah, that's a lot more tender right there." He said, "So what this does is with the stem cells and the jelly, it makes sure that it's attacking the right places." He says, "Because it has all the anti-inflammatory stuff and everything that you need to heal. We just need to make sure that it's going to the right places to continue to heal." So he kept doing that. He hit that little side a couple of times, and then he went down the front of my knee, like where the middle, where I told you I felt the bones coming apart. Right. And he hit the knee, oh my God, dude, it was so painful. And but I tell you what, when he was done, like I was there for like maybe 5 minutes, and he just click, 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 and he's rubbing that thing back and forth. He says it's causing like these little micro injuries in the jelly. He says, and then it goes back and it fills itself back up and begins to repair again. He says we keep stimulating it and doing that to make sure that it's going to the right places to do the repair. He said, so you'll do this one today, and then you'll come back next Friday, and then 2 Fridays after that, and then we'll be done with the wave portion of it. But I tell you what, when he was done, dude, it felt like a brand new fucking knee.
Really?
Like I could stand up, I could walk like fucking normal.
It,
no
it
pain.
felt better than the first time?
Yes, totally. So what we're talking about is I had this procedure at Desert Physical Medicine, Alternative Regenerative Medicine, and it's basically like stem cell injections, and you can get them in your knee, you can get them in your neck, your back, the elbows. I think I saw them in the wrist. The number is 760-863-5955. They're in Indio. And they do the initial consultation there. They'll sit you down. You tell them what's going on. They'll take x-rays. They'll send you for an MRI so a doctor knows where to put the injections. I mean, every time I've gone, it's been like 15 minutes. Like the time I went to go do the injections, 15 minutes. They wiped it clean. They lined up the needles, bap, 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 and I was done. And I get to go home. I walked out. It was my knee. They did the injections, and I walked out. There was no waiting time, no nothing. It was all good.
How long ago did this last one happen?
Less than like 7 minutes, maybe.
No. How long ago did you do this?
I did it 2 weeks ago. So this is 2 weeks now, exactly. Right?
Not the initial one, the latest one.
This one was Friday.
Friday?
Yeah. So just the wave, whatever they call it, was this past Friday.
But does it still feel good?
It's a little tight, but it's because of the chairs that I sit in at work. And then like having to get up and down all day long. So it's not like I'm letting it rest or heal during the week. Then I come home and like right now it feels swollen. So once we're done with this, I'll ice it for 10 minutes before I go to bed and I'm out. You know what I mean? So if it's something you're looking to do, stem cell surgery or anything like that, you have any questions, you can hit us up too, bingosmadhouse@yahoo.com, anything like that. Let me ask you a question, dude. Because, you know, and now that I'm starting to do some things to kind of, like I'm feeling back to myself and, you know, ready to get back out on the scene, right? Why is that the funny part? Because you know what's coming, is that why?
Because you call it the scene.
Right? Yeah. There's part of your problem, bro. You need to learn the new lingo. Fuck. Let me ask you this. You're 52 as well. Did you ever, I don't even know if I want to know this about you, but it's for the show, right? Did you ever manscape?
Yes.
Yes. Take it down to the bare minimum, or did you just left a little?
Left a little so I wouldn't look like a 12-year-old boy.
Was that your design or your wife's request?
I think it was just mine.
So, as a 52-year-old man, do you still manscape, or do you?
I do because I have to. I'm hairy.
So yeah, and at this point, you probably
It gets out of control.
Holy shit. Yeah, I'm not that hairy like that. And my legs, half of my legs are.
Hold on. So, have you ever manscaped?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For you or for your wife? Or ex-wife, I should say.
Both. For both. Before my wife, I had a girl tell me, "Hey, have you ever done it before?" No. She said, "You should." She said, "You'll feel totally different." Like, oh yeah? Why? How? She said, "Cause when you put it all the way in," she says, you're gonna feel the warmth of my hoo-ha up against your ball sack. It's just gonna drive you crazy. And so I went home, I fucking shaved up. I was like in the shower for hours, right? Make sure that shit was good. I'm fucking balls deep, bro. And I was like, that moisture hit the fucking sack, and I was like,
serious?
Holy shit.
I've never experienced something like that.
No?
No, I don't think it's ever, I've noticed a difference.
Maybe you didn't go deep enough. Maybe you can. I don't know, but maybe I had to.
I mean, I know it's a lot cleaner.
Makes it look bigger, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I need a little help, okay? So it's like what do they say when you trim the hedges around the tree looks taller.
What did you use though? Because you're talking a while back for you.
Yeah. Well, once I did it the first time.
With what?
Cut the long stuff. I'm like an old school barber, dog. Scissors and razors. I don't need no. And so I did that, and because I tried it one time with an electric one, and it snipped my sack, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm good.
Ooh.
Yeah, that shit fucking hurt like a motherfucker. So I just went to shaving it, and then once I started doing that shit, like it gets itchy when it grows back, right between like the shaft and where it connects to the rest, and I was like, oh fuck that, dude, I can't do that shit. So I'd have to, keep it trim all the time, make sure it got lotion, like it was just a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Because I use what is it? Man groomer? Manscaped?
There's a couple different ones. The man groomer's for the back.
So it's not that one. It looks like small clippers.
Right.
But it's supposed to be like nick free. It won't nick. stuff like that. It's got guards.
All right. I
turned my son onto it.
So my question is at 52, should I still be worrying about doing that? Like I said, I don't have a lot of hair. Like you know what I mean? Not like they're gonna have to go digging for it.
Yes, you should. I mean, because if
We don't want them spitting out hair. Just say it. Okay.
If something does pop off for you, then you want to be ready.
What about okay, so at what age should there be a limit as to when I should
I think when you physically can't do it yourself. That's when a lot of things are going to be stopping.
Because I'm fat, it's almost there. Like I'm like, fuck, I gotta okay, you know what I mean? Like you gotta be careful, you know what I mean? Like you gotta plan for that shit. You can't walk in and just be like, fuck, I gotta do this in a hurry and go. You know, okay, so fucking, because you're fat, you're like, all right, well, blah, blah, blah. Just my life, bro. Just ask.
Okay, not to be mean.
Here we go.
But, I mean, would you be able to see what you're doing?
No.
Okay.
No.
So
not right now, no.
So how would you actually do it? I mean,
well, I mean, I've been shaving my whole life. Not my nutsack, but my face,
right?
Shit like that. I used to shower shave in the shower without a mirror, and that's with a goatee.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But I mean, I used to shave in the shower too with a goatee, but I would just go near the area and stop, and then wait till I got out to kind of do the more detail work.
I did all of it.
Really?
Yep. And I know where my goatee starts and ends and all that.
But down there,
well, it's a little scarier down there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You can nick all kind of fucking veins. You know what I mean? Like holy shit. Yeah, it's a little different at my size.
So I wouldn't even try to attempt it if it were me.
Well, I just do it, and I do it because like where my bedroom's at, like I have the sink, the sink and the 3 mirrors, right? So I can throw up a leg on the counter and go to town that way. You know what I mean? If I need to. Yeah, what's the big deal? Have the girl come over, hey, tidy it up. If you was a real friend, you'd offer to help me out. I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking kidding.
Now keep in mind when I say you said the man groomers for your back. Well,
yes.
we weren't talking about the back.
Right.
If we were talking about the back, I would say, yes, I have the man groomer for my back.
So when you say that, do you have the electric one? Or
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, rechargeable.
Right. So, mine has batteries.
Okay.
And then it folds over and
yeah.
I love that thing, dude. But now hair don't grow on my back.
Really?
Yeah. Really weird.
Well, it's funny you say that because, like, my son... He's got hairy legs, like I used to.
Right.
But now my legs they don't look like his anymore. And I don't know. I mean, obviously, because the closer you get to my ankles, the less hair I have now. And I mean, but it used to be like a bush.
Oh.
But now it's kind of normal, I would say. Does that come with age?
I think so. Mine, like I don't really have much hair on my legs either. I mean, mine are pretty much fucking bare, dude. But my dad either. My dad didn't have very much hair on his legs. He had a couple of hairs at his armpit, like a really like 4 down his chest, and that was about it. Wasn't a very hairy man at all. And I'm that way. I think. Milo's pretty bald, like on his upper body, and his legs are fucking hairy as fuck.
Really?
Yeah, and Sebastian, I think he's just got that tuft where, like, if he had a tramp stamp, instead of a tramp stamp,
right.
it's that tuft of hair that's right there.
Yeah, my son, his legs are hairy, but Like he doesn't have it like me, like his chest or his back. Because I started growing chest hairs when I was like in 7th grade, middle school. So
You're like, who's the old man in the showers? Fuck.
but when I that time of the year, the multiple times a year that I do it, but I don't like doing it once a month or anything like that. When I manscape, I do everything,
Right.
my back, my privates, my armpits.
So do you put down like a plastic bag, or do you put a towel down, or you just in the sink or in the shower?
No, right there on the bathroom floor.
Let
I
your wife
just
sweep
stand
it
in
up?
the same spot. Yeah, I sweep it up.
Well,
I didn't. It's funny because I work my way up.
right.
I start with my privates, then I'll do my stomach and my chest, then I'll do my armpits, then I do my back, then I'll do
You
my
shave
hair.
your armpits?
Yeah.
Like bare or just
No.
trim them?
My armpits is a 3, my chest is a 2, and my stomach is a 1.
Wow. So
Hey,
you shaved it up.
I'll tell you what, if I did shave my armpits, it looked like I got buckwheat in a headlock.
That bad, huh?
Yeah.
You've always been
Yeah.
a little gorilla-ish, though. You know what I mean?
Manly, I like to call it, but
Well, for us that don't have it, it's gorilla-ish. How old were you when you first shaved?
The first time I shaved, like my face,
Yeah.
I was almost forced to, because my brother, maybe I don't remember exactly why he did it. Maybe he did it as a goof, like as a prank,
Right.
or he wanted me to shave and I wouldn't do it because I didn't think I had to. But like he took, you remember back in the day, I shouldn't say back in the day, they probably still use the electric razors,
Yeah?
the 3 circular.
Yeah.
He used that.
I could never use one of those.
That's how I started. Well, he had one, and my face, along the sideburns area, a little lower.
Right?
I was growing the hair, but I mean that's just. I guess I didn't realize it was bad, and he would tell me, I should shave that off. It's time.
Right.
And he just one day he had the razor, his buzzer going, and he just pushed it against my cheek, so it left like a bald spot. So that's pretty much what started my.
Wow. Well, good
my
for your
journey.
brother. That was a good looking out.
It went zit. I was like, oh,
Pulled it and shit.
Yeah.
It was all thin. Oh. That's probably the worst part is that it fucking pulled. Like for me, I've always the fuck? I always wanted facial hair when I was a kid. And, because I see my dad with it, my uncle would have it, and he would fucking, he'd put patterns in it, and he'd do all kinds of cool shit with his beard. Oh, fuck, dude, I need a beard. So I started shaving, and I would shave dry.
ooh,
But I didn't fucking know no better. And my dad wasn't the kind of, come on, let me show you how to, you want to learn how to shave? Yeah, go stand over there. That was his story for everything. I'd have to watch, or I'd have to, do it myself. Like, there was never there was no Google back then, so I couldn't know how do I shave. You know what I mean?
I remember when I started shaving with a razor. You always nick yourself, so you get a little piece of toilet paper. You just dap it.
Walking around with fucking roll of toilet
Yeah,
paper.
exactly. You'd have all kinds of little pieces of toilet paper all over your face.
That's how you really learn how to do it, though. But
the thing is, now that I remember, when it would dry and you go to peel it off, it would hurt.
Oh yeah, well that's what you put a little moisture back on and take it off. Yeah, because that shit, once it dries, bro, the little scab right there, shit's gonna yank.
Yep.
Okay, so what about women? If you were like, say you were on a single site, you weren't married, and you found this woman, 52, 53, and she was bald, because that's how they rocked it back when she was 25. Now she got her numbers backwards, and she's 52, and she's still shaving her shit. Would you rather her conform maybe to what her age range, the thought of what her age range should be, or is she okay doing that?
Well, I think that in her, I mean, obviously she does what she wants,
Right.
but I think by her doing that, she's making an attempt to keep herself
Attractive, young.
yeah, desirable, if you will.
Desirable. That's a good one.
So you gotta applaud the effort. You know.
What about big girls?
What difference does it make?
Well, I mean, because just like you said, like, hey, can you see it? Can you? You know what I mean? Are you? Wouldn't it would still be dangerous for them too? Like they could slice a lip, they could cut the tip of the clit off. Like there's got to be all kinds of shit that could happen. I mean, you're talking about having a sharp object close to your area, male or female. But we don't have to discuss all that. Like, should there be an age at which it should just stop?
Again, I think when A, you can't do it yourself anymore.
Okay.
B, when,
If you start getting the shakes, if you're Michael J. Fox in it, don't try it.
I don't know. I guess when you're actually not even having relations anymore.
Yeah, but but isn't that the best time to have it?
When you no longer,
When you're not having, because when I hear you say that, is she are they in a relationship? They're just not anymore, or
yeah, you're just old and it just doesn't happen for you.
you just had all the sex you're gonna have. And
yeah, it's like, I mean, it's just done.
Wow, you sound so defeated when you said that, Tony. I'm sorry. Jesus. Holy shit. Yeah, I mean, because I think that like there's got to be too young of an entry age doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like you could be too young to be doing that. To be
so when you start shaving, because again I started shaving I think when I was in like middle school.
Okay.
Do you think that was too? If I decided to go elsewhere with the razor, you think that's too young? How old are you when you're in middle school? 14, 13?
Yeah, about there. Because you go in at school. We went in at 5, and then you have 5 years, 6 years at school. So I would put you at 11. You're 12 or 13 in middle school.
I mean, you are just learning how to use the razor to begin with.
But then here's the other thing of it too, though, because our kids and our generation are two totally different kids, and their kids are going to be totally different than ours. In the fact that they're getting all these hormones, they're getting all this different shit in the food, they're being exposed to all kinds of different things. A lot of them are growing a lot faster. There's fucking porn is everywhere. Like they're seeing shit that at our age we didn't have access to.
Right.
So I don't know, dude. I mean, obviously as a parent, I think you'd want to keep your kid as wholesome as you can, as long as you can. Talking about doing this kind of stuff to your kids, or shaving and doing all that kind of stuff, that's got to be an odd conversation. Like, did you just give your son the weed whacker, or did you tell him, hey, this is how you clean yourself up?
No, there was no instructions to it, at least from me.
Right.
But it was more like, hey son, just to let you know, this is what I use for my private areas, and considering you're hairy like me, you might want to think about getting something like this and using it. I might even bought him one, to be honest with you. I don't remember, but I know he has one, the same one that I have. Did I get it for him? I don't exactly remember. I probably did.
So I got one for Milo because he asked. And since I bought one for Milo, I bought one for Sebastian just because you probably need to. You know what I mean? Again, no instructions were given either.
Right.
Here's what you asked for. I don't want to hear it. I don't care. Get away from me. I don't want to know. All I know is I'm not ready to be a grandfather, so just know that. Okay. But it just kind of struck me the other day, thinking, "Fuck, dude, I'm 52. If I go out and I meet a woman that's my age or a couple days older, what it like? Damn, you know what I mean? I gotta like the smell of Ben Gay because there's probably gonna be some somewhere along the line.
Well, I mean, you going back on the prowl, okay? You're gonna have to remember, you're probably gonna get somebody your own age. So the 25-year-olds are going to be out of the question.
You're tripping.
So everything that you go through, you're going to need to realize that she's probably going through it too. The Bengays, the pains, then the aches, the pain. I'm not going to say pain in the ass kids, but she might have pain in the ass kids. I'm not saying you do, but you know, all the trials and tribulations that you go through, this person's gonna be going through.
So okay, so let me ask you a question, because I know that we've talked about this before, but never at this point or at this. So, does it make me an asshole that I don't want to fuck with a chick that has kids?
No, it doesn't.
But
it does. But I don't think it makes it realistic. Again, I mean, the 25-year-old is not going to be, you know, coming around, kid.
What you think? Watch.
But, you know, but the good thing is when you say, I don't want to mess around with a woman with kids, well, you will and you won't. She's going to have kids, but by this time, they're already grown. So they're not going to be the little pain in the ass kids.
Nah, they're going to be fucking mouthy adults. Pop one right in the fucking pop. Yeah, it's so fucking. See, because then so here's you brought up that point. So let's say meet this chick. She got a couple kids. They're in their early 20s. Just getting
early 20s.
Well, yeah, my kids are in their early 20s.
Okay, yeah, mine too.
Early 30s, maybe. Oh wait, Coachella Valley. So. They're probably early 40s. But yeah, late 30, like 38, because I would make her 14. So, you know, you're talking, they're finding the love of their life. They're getting married. They're having kids. They're going to want to drop the gang kids. They're going to want to borrow money. They're going to want to do this. They're going to want to do that.
But
what?
But you're basing that on what though? Why can't you find somebody that has good kids that are on their own, that don't need to borrow money from their parents?
Yeah, I think that's the other thing that I need to figure out what I'm looking for before I go out looking for it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm so like. You know, most times people, I met he was a client of mine, he came in, blah, blah, blah. Well, all of my clients look like they just came from Apocalypto.
But they're working class people.
And they cook good, dog. God damn. And no pockets, foo-foo, it's good. And that's always like, you know, we talked about before, like that's always what we struggle, right? Like, you know, for them, it's, hey, I want to get to the U.S. I want to have a house. As long as we got food on the table and the bills are paid, everything's good. And we always want more, right? Like, if I bought a house, put it in a pool. All right, okay, what's next? What are we going to do now, right? So, I mean, because I got a laundry list of shit that I want to get done in the house, but I'm not in a position to do it right now. So
go ahead. I'm sorry.
So, it's hard because part of me is like, fuck, I need to find a girl that's driven, that has, you know what I mean, that has what she wants, or where she knows where she wants to be, but maybe hasn't had the right person with her to get her there. Whatever. I could be your cheerleader. I could help you get to where you want to get. You know what I mean? I could be there for you. I know how to do that kind of shit. But do I want to, like, fuck? I'm tired. I've been my own cheerleader for so long. You know what I mean? That why do I got to put it in somebody else's hands?
So now let me ask you this.
Oh, here we go. Okay, good.
Yeah. I'm playing devil's advocate. Come on.
You know, that's cool.
So let's say you meet somebody.
Okay.
Okay. She had a couple of kids. They're grown. They're on their own. You meet her. Hey, you got kids? Yeah, I got a couple. And you say, yeah, I got a couple. And you're like, look, you know what? I don't know how, you know, let's go out a couple times, see what's up. Oh, by the way, you know, I hope your kids aren't a pain in the ass, because da-da-da. She'd be like, no, they're grown, they're independent, they're good. And you hang out with her a couple times, and yes, her kids are grown, hardly come around, they call, hi, mom, whatever. But then you bring her around here after a couple times, and she's going to say, Mingo, I don't think it's going to work out. You'll be like, why? She's going to say, well, because you were so worried about my kids hanging out and being pains in the asses, and you got sons over here being pains in the asses.
Well, hey, you know what? You're absolutely right. I got some boxes in the garage. We'll solve it right the fuck out. Y'all got to go. Y'all been here living off of daddy's tea long enough. It's time to go. Bye-bye.
Would you, let me ask you, okay, let's talk about this for a second. Let's say you do meet somebody.
Okay.
And she starts coming around more often and it's really working out for you. And she does tell you, hey, Mingo,
Go ahead.
Hey, Mingo, you know what? You know, I really think it's time for your sons to really, I think you're doing too much for them. They need a little taste of the real world. I think it's about time, you know, we get serious and you need to tell them, you know, they need to find their own spot.
All right, real quick, because this is going to help determine, it's going to do two things. It's going to show you how shallow I am, and it's going to help determine how I handle the situation. Okay? So right now, I'm going to close my eyes real quick, and I'm going to give you maybe like 2-3 minutes, and you describe her to me. And then I'll tell you what my answer is. And if go ahead.
So do I start describing now?
Yeah, like how tall is she?
She is 5'6", 52 years old, white girl with blonde hair, but it is going gray, so she always has to dye it.
Okay.
She's
did she grow up here in the valley?
Sure. Yes.
Did she spend a lot of time in the sun? Like, is she leathery or skin nice?
No. I wouldn't say it's nice because it is 52 years old. What? And she's not, you know, she's not a model and she never was. So she's got a couple of pounds on her. She could stand to lose a few.
Okay.
However, she's good. She's got a good job. She raised her kids. They turned out to be really good. She has her own home. It's nice. What else? Go ahead.
Well, maybe why don't we do this? I'll just, you know, whatever I need from here, we just go move into your place, and I'll help you out there. And then I'll just rent this house out to my kids, and if they don't like it, then go find somewhere else to live. And if not, if they decide not to rent the place here, I'll empty it out, and then I'll rent the house out, and then we'll have another income.
Okay, and what if she says, that's good, we could do all that. However, part of the reason why I'm saying this is because I feel you baby them too much. And it's more of the fact that, you know, they need to really be on their own.
Is it that, or do you feel like I'm neglecting you? I need to take care of you. Is that what you're saying, baby? You handle you right quick to show you what's up. You need me to be your daddy for a minute, and it'll all be good. All be fixed. Yeah, dude. Like, there's so many different things that it could be. Like, and you know, you talk about it like where you meet somebody and you're like, "Fuck, I hope she gets along with my family," you know, kind of thing.
Right.
So then now it's like, well, she's got to get along with. She doesn't have to, but I hope she gets along with my family and their girlfriends or whoever going to be in their world at the time. And then, I hope I get along with her sons and, his two baby mamas and their family and all the shit that goes along with that and his friends and blah, blah, blah. Like, there's so much shit to... But maybe I shouldn't just consider it and be like, fuck it, here, look, just walk in, throw my nuts on the table. This is who I am. I'm here, and you ain't got to like it.
Do you think if you were to get in a relationship and got serious, would you, like, do the whole joint account, stuff like that? Or would you keep it, my money's my money, your money's your money?
I keep it, my money's my money, your money's yours. I think what we do is we would have a joint account for bills. Things that we decide to buy together. So, like, obviously, like rent, electricity, all the bills for the house go together as expenditures, right?
Why wouldn't you just say it's rent time? Give me your half, and I'll write out your check to Mr. Smith or Bank of America mortgage, and I'll write my half. Checks.
I do it all online.
All right, online.
So we're gonna have one account, and you'll deposit your amount for the bills on this date and this date. And then I'll deposit this amount, the other half on this date and this date, and I'll make sure all the bills get paid. And then whatever you have left over is yours, and you know what I mean? And then what we can do is if you want, we'll have like a fund on top of that one for like things that need to get fixed around the house or things that we want to do to the house or whatever it is, put it in there. And then you have whatever's left is your entertainment fund.
So if you moved into her house and so, I was going to say, if something went wrong with the house, you're willing to pay for half of it?
Depends. Like let's say, hey, maybe everything's going good. You know what? Yeah, why don't you move into my house, whatever, whatnot. And 2 months down the line, the AC go out. And then she said, oh, well, you got to go in. I've been here 2 months.
But this AC is not for the last 2 months. This AC is going to be from today forward, which you're going to be here with.
You should have had it fucking fixed. I think what happened was you knew the shit was going to go out, and you moved me in. I'm out. I come back home. You call me when the shit fixed. I'll be in my nice, cool house.
I am glad to hear that. Not that you never not said you wouldn't, want to go out and find somebody, but with a little pep in your step with your new knee, sounds like.
Well, I think everything. I put a lot of balls in motion, and I put. Trying to take all the right steps in the right direction again, and kind of restarted or rekindled my fire of getting shit done. And all right, what are my moves? Where do I go? What do I do? I'm taking it a little bit slower than I was there for a while, because for a long time there, it was like everything was all at once. And if I wasn't here doing shit or dealing with shit around the house or dealing with the kids, with one of my parents or any of that, and I think that I put so much into them. And everything that was going on with them while they were still alive. And then once they were gone, I don't think I really, that roller coaster ride, that emotion just came to an end. And then you're like, okay, now what? And I never internalized it. I never figured out my next step from there. Because it was like, yeah, she passed away, but dude, that was like from one day to the next. It wasn't like my dad. There was no lead up. You know what I mean? So we knew that, like, obviously we knew my mom's death was coming, but not that day to the next. Like, wait, what happened? Wait, what? What do you mean she's dead? So, it's taken a while to kind of get back into the groove of, okay, well, and to refocus myself and regenerate myself to move forward. You know what I'm saying?
Now, let's say, for example, your knee was good. Mm-hmm. You've been doing your walking on the treadmill.
Right.
Your stamina's up. So you're breathing normal. You're good. You're in the process of let's say, dropping some pounds. You get some new clothes. And you're good to go.
Okay.
How do you get a date?
That's a very good fucking question.
Okay, do you go online?
Here's the thing.
What do you do?
I'm going to the casinos like all them old drunks.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why, because I'm not very photogenic. I've seen one picture of myself in 52 years that said, "God damn, I'm a handsome cat." And I know I'm not the ugliest dude in the room, but I got the gift of gab, and I'm a charming motherfucker when I need to be. And that I have over most dudes in the room, right? So the thing is that doesn't transfer into a picture online. So if you see me online and you see another dude my age and you be like, "Oh, we're gonna go with the other dude because, well, he don't look like you." But you know, I mean, I know I can get into a girl's ear, sit down and talk and sweep them off their feet and do what I need to do. Like nothing like that. So I would definitely, my game would be in person.
Okay, but literally, what's the first place you hit? Casino? I mean, are you, again, okay, you said nothing has to do with online because it has to do with a picture.
Right.
Okay, that's out of the picture. Casino?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Would you ask your friends' wives to say, "Hey, you got any single coworkers you could hook me up with"? Would you go that route?
No. Never.
Why is that?
I'm a private person. I need y'all up in my business. Because what's going to happen, so here's what's going to happen. Your wife's going to introduce me to Claudia from work.
Okay.
And I'm like, "All right, cool. Yeah, oh yeah, no, she seems cool. All right, cool. So we're going to go out. We're going to go out Saturday. Okay. What are you going to wear?" "Oh, I was thinking, maybe this. Oh, okay. Where are you going to take her?"
Well, who's asking you these questions?
Your wife. And she's asking me through you. And she'll be on the phone. I said, "Well, where's he going to take her? Well, where are they going to go? What's the backup plan?"
But don't you think that at least... Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay. But then we're going to go out. Right? We hit it off good. Things will start happening, whatnot. And then, they'll be out drinking and doing their little talking and comparison, and nope, I'm good. I need all that bullshit or something. I said something that she found offensive that I never said in front of her. So I'm good. So like if I get a girlfriend, I'm never bringing her around you guys. You'll never know I have one. Fuck the dumb shit.
But don't you think
I'm going to the old folks' home.
that assistance, meaning
I think it carries a lot of weight this day and age.
What does?
That assistance.
Well, assistants carry a lot of weight regardless of the day and age. But I think to get back up on that horse, the initial crop that you're going to go run through wouldn't hurt to be, brought to you with assistance. And then once you familiarize yourself with the game again, then I think, like they say, you get a little stink on your finger, and then, hey, okay.
Never wash my hand again.
I remember this, and it just builds up your confidence a little bit more to where, you going out on your own.
Let me ask you a question. This is just kind of a side note of what you're talking about. And it's going to be fucking rude, but just deal with it. What if you set me up with this chick, and you talk about the stinky finger, and it's just bad? It's odorific. It's not a good stinky finger. It's the kind of stinky finger. Now I got to work my way out of where I just got my way into. And see, this is the problem. Now I gotta get out clean, because if not, she go, "I don't know what was happening. Everything was good and blah blah blah."
See, but like I said, dude, at 52, it might just happen. At 25, it probably didn't, or you didn't care at 25 because you was just so happy to be there.
It may have been a little more tolerable at 25. I gotta tell you, but they say that a woman's vagina tastes the best after 40.
Goodness.
What? You act like you ain't never done this shit
before. You crashed.
Why?
Why you say that word?
Vagina? 'Cause that's what it is. I'm gonna call the woman's pussy tastes better after 40.
There you go.
They say that's when it starts to like really get its sabor. You know what I mean? But here's the like you keep telling, oh, that 25-year-old girl ain't gonna come around, but fuck that.
That 25-year-old's not gonna come around.
Yes, it is, bro.
No, that 25. Unless she got a grip of kids already and don't got a place to stay, you might as well cancel that one out.
We'll get her a Motel 6 for a night or two. She can handle her.
No, she gonna want to bring them right in here.
Nope.
Then again,
they call me Ghost Daddy.
Come back to the 50-year-olds. Let's come back to the right side.
Because
of the playground.
look, it's like, but hold on, though, because it's like buying a used car. You see what I'm saying? If you buy the car that's 2 or 3 years old, which would be like the 25-year-old, don't get me wrong. You buy the 25-year-old, still kind of got that new car smell. You know what I'm saying? Still got all the power, everything's still tight and where it's supposed to be. You get that 52-year-old Cadillac, yeah, shit smooth at 55 and feel good on the freeway. But shit, it knocks, it pings, it backfires, it's sensitive. You got to jiggle shit to make it work right. You know what I'm saying? And it definitely don't got that new car smell, if you feel me. And it's been through like fucking 20 owners in 50 some odd years. Just saying, just throwing it out there. But yeah, it definitely is a totally different world, and especially like, you start seeing all these women on like TikTok, right, where they're like 35 and younger, 40 and younger, and they're so fucking open about their sexuality, their fucking body count. Like, what should a woman's body count be? How many men should she have slept with by the time you get to her?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
So I'm assuming at 52, she's going to be around 10. Because you got to figure she had...
Because maybe if she was married for the last 20 years...
Well, because she had 3 before she got married. She had the 15-year-old that popped her cherry. She had the 17-year-old that was the love of her life that got away because it was summer loving, right?
Okay.
And then at 18, she had sex with the dude's best friend that she married. And then she married the 4th guy. And they were together for 30 some odd years. So over the last 2 years, she slept with 3 dudes.
Okay, but can we rewind something real fast? So
Yeah.
You're saying by the time she got married at, let's say, 25, 27,
Who the fuck gets married at 27?
I did. Didn't you?
We're not talking about you.
Well,
Most people are getting married at 18. When we were
now?
When we're 52, fucker. We're talking about a woman our age. They were getting married at 18.
No, they weren't. Not all. No, mid-20s.
You're fucking tripping.
Early to mid-20s.
Okay, even then.
Okay, but that's fine. 20, but okay,
that's still 10 dudes.
No. You're talking before she got married. You said 3 dudes.
Right, and she married the 4th dude.
So you're saying when we were, let's say, 25, give me 25 at least for sake of conversation.
All right, so the 5th
You're
dude.
telling me, she ran through 5 dudes by the time she's 25, and you're ready to marry you.
Yeah, that's a lot, dude. Yeah, but
You think so?
to some degree. But I'll tell you why in a minute.
No, don't get me wrong. I understand the man part of it,
Right.
the machismo of it, but the realistic. 5. What would you? Because
what do you think an average woman?
I don't know.
When we were in high school, what was the average that a chick was going through
when we were in high school,
before they got married? What was the average?
3. 3 to.
So 3 plus 3, so 6.
What do you mean 3 plus 3?
Well, because every chick said,
okay,
"Oh yeah,
I get
I've
you.
been through 3. I've had 3 sexual partners."
But don't you think at the time of divorce
That's
she ran
15.
through more than 3 to get it out of her
But even then,
system?
by the time she got to 25, it was 5. So it's really 5 from the time she got divorced.
Okay.
Which means that...
But when she got divorced before she met you, she had some action just to get it out of her system.
From the divorce to me, there was 5.
You think only 5?
It could be more.
Because let's say she got
10 there.
Let's say she got divorced at 45. And now she's 52.
Years. So it could be 14 more.
Okay.
Say 2 per year?
Yeah, okay.
Because you said she's not bad looking. Her body's holding up.
2 per year? I'm going to say the first 2 years, let's say she runs through 10.
The first 2 years she runs through 10?
Because she's going to try to make up for lost time.
She's trying to piss her husband off.
Yeah,
she's trying to feel better because she
exactly
got 25.
So the first 2 years, let's say she runs through 7. I'll give you 7.
Okay.
And then after that, she probably ran through another 2 or 3. So that's at least 10.
Okay. So a total of about 15.
Yeah.
Okay, 15, okay. That sounds, yeah. I mean, I guess that would be doable, but even then, let me ask you a question. If I served you a glass of water, well, bear with me.
I've heard this before. Go ahead. Some people might not have heard.
I put you 3 glasses of water in front of you. One glass of water has never had a dick in it. The second glass of water had what did you had about 22 dicks. And that third glass of water, we still counting, but she had about 55 right now. Which glass of water would you want to drink out of? Which is the most favorable glass of water to you as a man?
Of course, the first glass, but in reality,
you got to drink some dick. Is that what you said? Like, see, here's where women. This is where women get lost in this whole thing. And I shouldn't say lost, but don't get our perspective. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. That to me, it's like, let's say you're a chick, right? Just for this whole thing. And I dig it out. You go home, you get cleaned up. I go home, I wash it off. My dick is clean because I washed it off. I was inside you. Like, you know what I mean? What are you gonna wash off? Even if you douched it out, I was still inside you. If I stabbed you with a knife, it's the same shit. You're gonna have a scar. I go home, wash my knife off. And if I poured a little bleach on it so nobody knew your blood was on it, you know what I mean? And put it away, right? Nobody ever know. But you're still gonna be left with that entrance wound of where my dick's been. But that's what women don't get. That they don't understand that analogy, and they really don't like it. I understand, and I understand why. But I'm just saying that's,
Yeah, but again, that's a very old way of thinking, and the reality is that is not that anymore.
Yeah, I know. Now you got to drink dick. You got to drink dick water. It is, and it's at our age. You have to consider that. Okay, well, you're not 18 anymore, right? You're not 18 anymore. She's not 18 anymore. Having a low body count's not gonna fucking matter. I think the biggest part about that whole thing is gonna be finding somebody that is, that is not shattered. Somebody that is not holding a grudge against whoever their mate was, against whoever the new person would be.
I got a question for you.
And I would say the same thing for me. Yeah.
Okay. Back to your 3 glasses of water.
Yeah.
At 52, what glass of water do you want? Both of you being 52.
Well, obviously we want the first one that's got none.
I'm asking you.
I would want the first one.
Okay. With that being said, at 52, and that glass never had that in it, don't you think there's a problem? Is there not a problem? Isn't that something you might want to avoid? You mean to tell me you've never been with anybody? There's something wrong with you then.
Maybe she devoted her life to Christ. Maybe she's
and that's not making it any better.
She swore that, hey, you know what? I'm not going to have sex until I find the man of my dreams that believes in God the way I do, and whatever other bullshit she has to tell herself to abstain from having sex with anybody, which I don't know anybody with that strong of a will.
Okay, exactly. Which is why I'm saying that first glass of water is impossible, damn near. And if it is possible, then there's something else wrong with it.
Well, yeah, you know what? Because if you leave still water somewhere, it's going to get all kinds of shit anyways. You know what I mean? Like,
no, saying. It's sealed up because nothing's ever stabbed it. There's no entry wound, as you described.
It's funny hearing you say that. But it makes sense though, right? Like you get what I'm saying about the stab wounds. I knew a girl that she was 25 and had more than 50 on her body count.
Damn, at 25?
Yeah. And she was a little Christian girl, dude, that went to church and was blah blah blah. I think she was bipolar though, because she was going on those fucking, those adventures of what do they call that shit? When they go manic, and they either go over religious or they start, doing drugs and being sexually risky. Yeah.
Now let me ask you this.
Didn't stop me, no.
A high body count, would that stop you from dating this 52-year-old?
I mean, I think at 52, you'd have to kind of expect it.
Okay, good. Now let me ask you this. If she had, let's say, 3 kids, is that okay?
How old are they?
At 52, 25, 20, and 16.
Ooh.
Well, the whole point of me saying this is because what if they were all from 3 different daddies?
Yeah, that wouldn't work.
2 different daddies?
Maybe.
So 3 is definitely a no-go.
Yeah, fuck no. No. And if there are 3, I'm getting the biggest fucking daddy's gift on fucking Father's Day. I'm just kidding. Yeah, dude, there's so, but again, you start to sit down and really think about the nuance of a year. Now you just added 4 birthdays because it's the 52-year-old and her 3 kids, right? So you've added 4 birthdays, 4 Valentine gifts, 4 more mouths to feed on Easter.
What you mean 4 more Valentine's gifts?
Don't you buy your kids Valentines?
My kids, yeah.
Well,
I'm not buying a 25-year-old stepkid a Valentine's.
Why not? They're your kids, right?
25? And you just met them a couple of months ago? Nah, that ain't happening, kid.
Okay, good, because I wouldn't do it either, but I was just trying to get on your level.
They got birthdays and they got Christmas. That's all they're getting.
All right. But even then, that's more food during Thanksgiving. That's more...
But
that's another motherfucker trying to find
See,
me.
But here's the thing.
It's my house.
You said it was
that's my motherfucking remote.
It's okay to have 3 kids with one dude, maybe 2. So the amount of mouths you feed is the same. I'm just asking if they had all of them had different daddies.
Yeah, if they have different daddies, but that's kind of... Because again, you're not just marrying the mother and the 3 kids. You're also involved indirectly with the 3 fathers. You know what I'm saying?
But okay, yes, I do. But let's say everybody was cool.
Drama-free, dog.
Let's say everybody's cool because you always want to take the negative route. You thinking they're mad ghetto? Tell me I'm wrong.
No,
Tell me I'm wrong.
But and I'll tell you why.
No, tell me I'm wrong first. And was I right or am I wrong? You're thinking they're mad ghetto.
Yes.
Okay. Whatever. Everybody's just cool. It just didn't work out.
You're right. I got to remember she's white, so they're probably going to be. Oh my God. Here's Heather with her new husband and his two boys. Oh my God! If you would have had one more, you'd have been like the Brady Bunch, or El Bradio Bunch, right? Because you're Mexican. No, that go too far.
A little bit.
Well, but it's yeah, dude. It's a fucking trip. I definitely don't want. I don't want to mess with any of my customers. I don't want that. I can't apocalypto all day, dog. I can't. Although it would be cool to be able to run in the jungle and pick up a frog and a leaf and kill some shit. Like, don't get me wrong, run from jaguars.
So let me ask you this:
So
your little sister, you hold her in high regard. What if she says, "I know somebody at work that would be perfect for you"? You gonna sit there and say no?
Fuck no. I know how much she makes. Is she on your level? Financially? Yeah. Introduce me. I'll go get my suit cleaned right now. Fuck yeah. Let's go.
But then she's gonna hit you. What are you wearing? What are you gonna wear? No, you can't wear that. You gotta wear this.
Okay.
Every excuse that you gave me about a wife setting you up, your sister's gonna do the same thing.
Yeah, and now that you say it, that would be like fuck, because she gonna report back to her, so I can't.
Oh yeah.
You gotta do shit right, dude. You can't. You know what I mean? You can't just ghost people. You know what that means, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Back to what would you do right now to try and get a date? Okay, we were at the casino.
Right.
We were no online. We were no setting up. Nobody setting you up with somebody they know.
Right.
What else is there?
I might have to change that though. Because you're right, that might be like a good, like just starting out, like when you put your foot in the pool to see how cold the water is, you know what I mean, or how warm it is.
Right. But what else is there? I mean, you ain't going to a club, are you? I mean, is there even a club to go to?
I don't know. You was hanging out at fucking, what was it the other day?
What?
What club were you at the other day?
What club was it?
Playing video games at 52. You know he got some video games at home.
What are you talking about?
What was the video place that you were with my nephew and his...
Oh.
You're over at the
Dave
river.
and Buster's?
Over at Dave and Buster's on the river. Yeah, I mean, backyard barbecue, shit like that, like...
But that goes to somebody setting you up.
Right, but here, well, no, it doesn't. I can walk over and talk to whoever, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, so you're talking about friends get-togethers.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we got casino, friends get-together, which could be far and few between.
Right.
What else are you doing? Are you going to the casino every weekend?
Fuck, how shit will get expensive.
You see what I'm saying? It's like, I wouldn't have a clue on what to do.
Yeah, and quite honestly, right now that you say it, like I really don't have the financial means to go in. But you know what I did the other day? I went to that out in La Quinta, that Music in the Park. Have you ever been to one of those?
No.
Some white people singing some rock music, old school.
La Quinta?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and there's a park out there. It's right around where Lake Cahuilla is at. There's a park out there that's got a little lake in it. It's got like a little amphitheater. And it's set up for them to do that kind of shit. So they had their speakers all over. They had a group come out. They sang a few songs. And then they set up the next group, and they came out for about an hour, and they played.
Damn, really?
They had food trucks out there. Yeah, it was cool. I was like, okay.
Damn, thanks for the invite.
It was my... You would have gone. Don't act like you'd have gone. It was actually, it was my sister, and
why you put
some friends of a friend were here from Hawaii. So they wanted places to go and hang out, and they wanted us to hang out, or one of my sister to hang out, but it was a husband and a wife. She's like, please go. I don't want to I love them to death, but it could be a lot for me to handle 2 people, and blah. All right, I'll go. So I went and hung out with them for the time.
Indio does something like that, don't they? Like once a month.
And the Tamale Festival's coming up too. We should get a booth out there, do a fucking broadcast from there.
Ain't that in February though? Tamale Festival?
January?
Is it January?
December?
I don't think it's December.
I think it's like December, January, because that's when everybody makes tamales, is right around Christmas, so it's right around there.
But I think Indio, like I said, does something with food trucks and a band that got a stage.
Right, and it's that same place where they do the Tamale Festival.
I've never been. So
That shit is jumping, dude.
Is it?
I went that one time with, and shit, we went in and walked around for a little bit, grabbed a beer, was drinking a beer, and then went and got tamales, and then we got a couple from a couple different places. Really good, dude. And nice setup. They have fucking, people that are on horses that do like that have like the parade horses that dance, and they, what do they say? Is it promenade in English? What do they call that shit? Where they prance? You go? Well, what's promenade? Promenade's a place.
If you can see him right now, he's acting like he's on a horse, jumping up and down.
Chiquita. So they had those guys there. They had jump houses, all kinds of shit for the kids, dude. It was really kind of cool. And they did a little light show at the end of the night. Nice little spot. Just something to get out and go eat some tamales,
right?
Have some beers, margaritas, some muchachas. Then they got people that like the vendors that sell like, the airbrush shirts and shit like that. So. And those Mexican blankets, pottery and shit. It's kind of cool. It's a cool little spot.
When's the last time you've been to the Date Festival? Because that's what you're describing to me.
Oh, it's the Tamale Festival is the Date Festival without the rides.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And without the funnel cakes and the turkey leg.
Without the white people food.
Without the white people food. Without the white people. Just kidding. I saw you guys. It was a really good place for everybody to kind of hang out, and it gets a little dark. You got to go, but it's cool. And the parking's kind of funky the way they had it set up. And I was driving. I had that Nissan at the time, and that shit was fucking laid out. So I'm like, I had to park on grass, and I'm like, I'm gonna fucking dig a trench on my way out that motherfucker. But it was cool. It was a good time. Good times. I'll have to bring the pamphlet so we can remember what or when it is. Maybe we'll go. I'll invite you. We'll go hang out there. Point at all the losers. Dude, what do you know about this October 4th thing? Have you heard anything about it? Do you know anything about it?
The 4th of October?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Nothing, I don't know.
No, where you're supposed to turn your phone off?
No, I never heard anything about this.
So the government is doing 3 tests tomorrow. One is radio and television, which is the this has been an emergency broadcast system, blah, blah, blah. Had there been a real emergency,
right?
Blah, 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 blah. Then they're doing one that is a cellular or mobile one. And the TV one is supposed to last about a minute. They said that the other one, it could be about 29.
29 minutes?
Yeah, but we couldn't figure out. I was listening to something and I was, okay, but what are the other fucking 29 minutes? Like, they're going to send you that, and then the mobile and cellular one is they're going to send you out a fucking text message. Where are the other fucking 28 minutes? What the fuck's really going on? So, but they were talking about everybody turning their fucking phones off and see what happens and blah, blah, blah. And, I'm 52, worked in radio for years. Never heard. I mean, we've had that same fucking. Had to spin a real emergency for years.
Right.
I remember Saturday morning cartoons. You'd have to be ready for that motherfucker to come on to turn it down so that you wouldn't get caught that early watching cartoons. And it's never changed. It's never been any different. And all of a sudden that there's, unrest in the U.S. and they're talking about going to war with Russia and China and blah, blah, blah. Then all of a sudden they're testing these new emergency systems. So I don't. There's a lot of shit going on, bro.
I haven't heard anything about this at all.
At all?
At all. It wasn't on the news.
It's been on the news. What are you talking about?
It has not been on the news.
It's been on the news.
I just watched the news before I came here. They didn't say nothing about what's going on tomorrow.
They said it right after you left.
Entertainment Tonight came on right after I left.
That's the
when
problem.
I was leaving.
Are you watching local or are you watching national news? This is like some
Both.
national.
Both.
Okay. There's too much crazy shit going on in the world for you not to know about it, Tony. October 4th, keep your phone off. They're supposed to start at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. There's some shit like that with these text messages.
Man, you one of those Y2K conspiracy theorists.
And?
Oh, I
Remember that when you come to my house and be like, hey, Mingo, you got some nope?
What am
Bitch, I ain't got nothing.
No, I forgot who I was talking to. My apologies.
That's all. It's all good.
Speaking of kind of on the subjects we were talking about earlier, my wife has this saying when she wants and or expects something from the kids, she'll tell them, "You came out of my vagina. That's why." You know what I'm saying? Like, in a joking way, of course.
Right.
But that's, that's her thing. And then I joke, and I add my little 2 cents. And I'll say, yeah, and I'm the one that put you in there. Right? So, yesterday, my daughter was FaceTiming us. And my daughter bought my wife a pair of boots. Okay. And she had bought herself a pair of boots, and she bought a pair for my wife.
Nice.
So she was showing them on FaceTime, hey, the boots came in I was telling you about. Here they are.
12. Just in case she was wondering and was going to buy you a pair of shoes and 12.
So she says, so I'm like, what? I said, wait a minute, whoa, what's going on here? And because my wife showed me the boots, like on the phone, she's like, what do you think? There's a cue, right? And I was like, whoa, I don't get it. What's going on? And she was like, the baby bought me these boots. And I was like, oh, shit, what'd you get me? And my daughter was like, nothing. I was like, well, what's going on here? She goes, I got them from Mom. And you know why? And I was like, well, why? She goes, because I came out of her vagina. And I hit her with, yeah, but I'm the one that put you there. You know what she hit me with? That 3 minutes worth of work is not worth it.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, you've been talking to your mom about stuff? 3 minutes?
Wow. Well, she says she's not worth 3 minutes.
No, she said I was only pumping for... oops. I was...
You should have seen the look on your fucking face. I'll cut that out. Go ahead. Don't silence it. Go ahead.
No, that's about it. I don't want to talk about that no more.
Why? What happened? The bit was longer. It was shorter than your pumps. Come on. Well, are they like Ugg boots or were they like special boots? Like what?
Just boots. My daughter thought they were cute, and she decided to get her mom a pair.
Does your son ever call, hey, Dad, look what I got us?
Not yet. But I am going. My wife and I are going there next week.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I know. I went back on my word about not going on any more trips this year because I'm tired. But we decided to go for a few days.
Well, your wife didn't care about your word and told you was going. I get it. I was married once too.
So we'll be seeing him next week.
Right on. Well, maybe he'll get you and him a chocolate cake.
We already discussed that.
Yeah.
I told him to get 3.
Nice.
1 to eat while I'm there.
1 to bring home.
2 to bring home.
Nice. Nice. You think he'll do it?
Yeah.
Because he was able to get it like right there. You said around.
Yeah, he's got stores right
He's
there.
got that shit dialed in now. I gotta go to Daddy Grocery.
And my wife told him, make sure you have a gallon of milk in the refrigerator too. That's gonna be good stuff right there, kid.
Gallon of milk. Ooh-wee.
I got something I got a rebuttal against something we discussed last week.
Okay.
I was reminded that our buddy Luis, as great of a guy he does have a flaw.
So, for those of you that don't know Luis is a very large man. 6'3"?
At least.
At least 6'3", dude. At least good 250, 280 maybe.
Probably.
He's a big boy. And not, when I say that, he's not fat. But he's a solid dude. Like he's a fucking telephone post, right? One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. My nephews have talked really well about him because he did some work for him. Anybody you ever met that knows Luis never had anything bad to say about him.
Yep.
Except your wife.
No.
Oh.
But except for this one thing.
Okay.
His dogs. And the fact that he doesn't put them away when people come over. That's the only flaw we found in him.
What's his love for his dogs?
He loves those dogs. Those dogs are like his kids.
But he's got kids.
And he's got like 4 dogs. And they're all little dogs.
Fuck.
And they come nipping at your ankles, barking, and barking. And
now let's get a death count real quick. That dog's bitten you, right? And your pant leg?
I tried to, at least.
Okay. Who else?
They've gone after Robert.
Okay. Champ's daughter, right?
Champ's daughter on New Year's, she got bit.
What else?
I think that's it.
Fucking 3 people in how many years? Lou, you all right? I got you.
The fact still remains, I was told, hey, the dogs. You got to remember the dogs. Dad's got to bring them down a peg. I'm like, you know what? You're probably right.
All right.
Because he loves those dogs. And I love my dog. But sometimes, he's been asked, yo, put your dogs away, man. He's like, nah, I'm not putting them away.
Wow. Well, at least you know where he stands. Fuck.
Yeah, that is true.
It's my motherfucking dog. You don't like it? Get the fuck out. All right, Lou. See you later. That's hilarious. So, that's the only flaw you can come up with?
I believe so, yes.
That can't be right. Come on. He's got to have more flaws than that.
No.
I can think of one right off the bat. The love for the 49ers. That's got to be a point and a half all on its own.
I didn't know you was that into football.
I know enough not to go for the Niners.
Why is that?
Can't talk about it. It's too emotional.
Speaking of football,
Yeah.
dog, how you gonna get kicked out of the league after the first week?
It wasn't, well, because it was the first week, so it was the second game. I got bumped out.
It was the first game.
No, it wasn't. I made through the first game. It was the second game that I got bumped out. I barely made it through the skin of my teeth.
Then who was the first person to get bumped out?
One of Luis's teams?
No, you.
Oh, wasn't me.
We're in a fantasy football league, but it's a different type. It's one that whoever gets the least amount of points at the end of the week gets kicked off.
It's called a guillotine league.
Yes.
So they do it just to get guys like mine money, because they know that I'm not gonna go in and move stuff around.
No, you were the first one to get kicked off, kid.
Was I?
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
Where do you see that?
Standings. Under league menu. Hit the guillotine button at the bottom.
Oh yeah, I was. Well, that sucks. I made more than Jim and Juice on the second week. If I'd have played him, I'd have made it. And I would have beat Dirty Boy or whatever that says.
I'll be honest with you, I'm surprised I'm still in it.
Yeah, you were actually doing pretty good, right?
Yeah, I'm really surprised.
Where are you at on the whole thing?
I don't know, but this week I came in like third to last.
Nice.
Third or fourth.
So who's ahead of you, champ?
Oh, everybody.
The whole group?
Yeah, pretty much. But they got a big game this weekend.
Yeah, because it's Cowboys and the Niners play this
Yeah.
week, right? Where are they playing in San Diego?
San Francisco.
Oh, okay. Have you ever been to that stadium?
No,
This is their new stadium that they play at, right?
I believe so.
SoFi or whatever?
No, that's Los Angeles.
Okay, so what stadium? Oh, it's the Levi Stadium.
Yes.
Over there. Bro, they're like,
Oh, really?
yeah, they're not like, you go to some Coliseums and they're leaned back.
Right.
These are like straight up and down, they say. I've never been, but people have told me.
Well, have you seen the Sphere in Vegas?
Yes.
They said that thing cost like $2 billion to construct.
Wow.
But have you seen any of the videos for the U2 opened the arena? They got like a residency. Oh my God.
Red and silver.
Residency there. So like they're their first act.
Okay.
I was watching something on YouTube, and all of a sudden I just saw like a concert, like at the Grand Canyon, like thousands of people facing a stage, and behind the stage was the Grand Canyon. Like you could see like mountains and stuff.
Wow.
Like it was like during the day.
That's crazy.
And I thought it was like a church thing, like a you know what I'm saying, like a Christian concert. But then, as the video goes on, it was actually that concert, the U2 concert. The Sphere was the background, made it look like they were in the mountains,
Oh,
and
that's
it
crazy.
looked legit, kid.
Wow.
And like I said, it looked like it was middle of the day. The sun was out. It was crazy.
So it's like it almost seems Captain EO-ish to me.
Yeah,
You remember Captain EO?
yeah.
This was a ride at Disneyland. It was before they put in that
Yeah.
the kids one, right?
Kids.
I blew up the kids, or Honey, I Shrank the Kids, or whatever.
I don't know what it is now, but yeah, I saw Captain EO once.
So before they put in, Captain EO was actually one of the first IMAX theaters, right? So
Yeah, I would say that.
So it's rounded, and it's
Was it
from-
Michael Jackson?
Yeah,
Okay.
from floor to ceiling is a screen, and the room is round like that, and the sound is, you're so immersed
Yeah.
in that whole fucking thing. And if you had never been to Captain EO, if you didn't have a chance to go see that, close your eyes and remember that time that you went to go see fucking the first Avatar in the theater, and the little and they did a little 3D thing where the little lights and the little blue and red lights were all around you or whatever they were, and you, because you felt like that in that room. I can't imagine. And the system in that fucking thing has to be amazing.
They said the sound quality was incredible. It was loud. Again, the roof was even part of the scenery. And like I said, when I first saw it, I thought literally they were on a mountain watching a band play. It was crazy. That was just a little video out taken off of like an iPhone, and it looked incredible.
Wow. The shit that people can do with computers, bro.
Crazy.
Imagine. Holy shit, dude. Like, you really got to know your shit to take a video from a camera and to put it on the inside of a globe and make it look the way you describe it. Like, how crazy is that?
Yep.
I wonder what porn would look like in there. I know you've been married for a long time, but come on, let's be honest. When they started talking about those 3D, when they were making those big TVs 3D and then they went to 4K, fuck, I wonder what a vagina looks like on that thing. That's crazy. No?
Not for me, no.
Never when you guys were sitting around did anybody say, hey, what do you think about porn on them fucking 4G TVs, huh? What's that going to be like on them 4Ks? Nobody?
Not me.
Fuck. I know, not you. You're not that kind of guy. Yada, yada, yada. You love her. We get it, okay? Jeez.
Have you heard that Usher's going to be playing at the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Have you seen the advertisements for it?
No.
Okay.
Are they any good?
Kind of, yeah.
Because here's my thing. Usher's dope. He's been dope for a really long time. But Usher's around our age now. First of all. Second of all, there really isn't any fucking R&B music or artist out there. He's like one of the last ones. So, does Usher still have a draw?
Well, he's got a residency at, I said it right that time, at Las Vegas.
He does?
Yeah. That's why that's one of the reasons why it's so easy that's why one of the reasons why he was picked. Is because the Super Bowl's in Vegas this year.
Oh, so they wouldn't have to fucking fly him in, just drive over.
Well,
Uber
from
over.
what I understand, they don't pay. You cover all the costs on doing everything.
We're doing the
So
award show?
halftime show.
Really?
Yeah, they don't get paid or anything for it.
How crazy is that?
It's like a privilege. But back to the commercials for it. Now, he's got a song called Confessions.
Okay.
Okay, and it's, it's one of his first hits. So it's at least 10, 15 years old, I would think. But in the beginning of the video, he's talking to somebody on his phone. All right, so like somebody calls him, and you don't hear the other person, but what you hear him saying is like, "Hello, yeah, I'm at the studio right now. I can't talk." What? Are you serious? Swear to God. Oh my goodness! And the song is about how he's with somebody, but he got another girl pregnant.
Oh,
That's what the song is.
Okay.
But the beginning, like I said, it was, it took a while before the song actually started because he's actually just talking to somebody. And so the commercial was him now calling him back then in that video.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So yeah, it actually is because he's like, he picks up the phone. He's like, "Hello, I'm in the studio right now. I can't talk." And then they cut to Usher now saying, "Hey man, it's me. You're gonna be playing the Super Bowl in a few years." He's like, so they cut back to the old video. He's like, "You being serious?" He's like, "Yeah." Well, how do you know? He's like, "Cause I'm shooting a promo for it right now." So that was kind of funny.
That's cool.
But what makes it good is they shot like three or four more with stars. So like Kim Kardashian is calling him, and it's the same video of him in the beginning,
right?
And she's like, "Hey, it's Kim." He's like, "Hey, I can't talk right now. I'm in the studio." She's like, No, wait, I got something to tell you. You're gonna be playing the Super Bowl. And it's the same video. I swear to God, how do you know? And she's like, "I know everything. I'm Kim Kardashian." And then they had another one with a football star named Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch, yeah.
And he's the same thing. Hey, you're going to be the Super Bowl. Swear to God. Because, again, his video is always the same, but then they have a different person calling on the other end. And it's actually pretty funny. So if you YouTube it and watch them, they're actually kind of funny.
That's a really good idea.
It was.
That pulls everything back together. So if you didn't know who he was, kind of brings it all back together. That's kind of cool. I guess it's better than if they would have brought back the dude that did the thong, Cisco.
How you gonna mention Cisco?
I'm just saying.
Cisco.
Or they would have brought back Mace.
Mace ain't that bad.
Have you seen all this shit with this dude, Keefe D, and that they arrested him for killing Tupac?
Yeah.
Have you heard all the conspiracy theories around it?
No, I just heard that for the last 30 years, he's been talking about somebody else doing it, but like he was in the car, he knows he did it, but he's not saying nothing.
So he's been interviewed on a couple of different podcasts, a couple of different shows since that arrest or right before that arrest or whatever. And
the arrest of killing Tupac.
Yes, the arrest for killing Tupac. And so they were talking about it, and somebody said Orlando Brown, is that his name? He used to be in some show, and that's how they kind of fucking... Anyways, he's saying that Keefy D is Tupac.
Who's saying that?
Orlando Brown.
Like he was on Disney Channel and stuff?
Yeah.
I think I know who you're talking about.
He was playing what's her name's brother or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's saying that Keefy D is Tupac. Because they said that nobody saw his body after he died, and that they signed him off at being like 220 pounds or 180 pounds or something like that, and he wasn't that. He didn't weigh that much, but they're saying that that's how much he weighed when he passed, and all this other bullshit. And they said, well, how? Nobody's ever seen his dead body. And they're posting pictures of what's his name in Cuba, talking with somebody that looked just like him. There was another dude. They have the video from that footage from that night at the hotel where they beat that dude up.
Right.
And the dude was supposedly dressed just like Pac. But he had on the suit they said was a different color. Well, they took you to the store where they bought the suit and gave you different angles on it. And sure enough, one side looked like it was the side that Tupac was wearing, and the other side made it darker, like the side that the dude that got beat down was wearing. It's kind of crazy, dude. Watch, motherfucker's gonna come back, dude. Something crazy, because then they have that dude that's down. There's a dude down in Jamaica that they have video of him, and they have video of him performing music. And he does, right before he goes on to do the Tupac shit, he talks about how he's Tupac. I'm gonna be coming out 2020, 2023, blah, 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 like all this bullshit. We in 2023 is almost over, but we close.
I haven't heard of any of these conspiracies.
Because it's got to be, for the Machiavellian rule, it's 7 years, right? So if you fake your death, you can't be charged with it after 7 years. So if you fake your death and you're gone and you hide and you're undiscovered for 7 years, you can come back and say, I wasn't dead.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And nothing's going to happen to you?
That's the way I understand it. At least not under faking your death. You can't get arrested. But if he did that, imagine the amount of interest on some of the shit that he owed would be. How much debt he's going to incur. Because those people will sue, right? So does he have to wait 10 years for it to clear his credit too? And maybe that's what he's doing? He got another 3 years? Because it was 96, right? When he died?
Debt doesn't go away, does it?
Yeah. It only stays on your... So, like, let's say you pass away, right? So every year, if they're putting it on, blah, 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 it can go on forever. But if at some point they say, well, he's fucking dead anyways, you're never going to get anything, just stop putting it on there. Stop reapplying it to the credit. And the credit bureaus leave it as, okay, the last time they report was in 2020. So 7 years from that, it gets wiped off your credit.
Wouldn't it only be wiped off if the company took it as a loss during one of those years on their accounting?
Well, right. That's what I'm saying. At some point, they charge it off anyways. And once they charge it off, they're not supposed to continue putting it on there. But some, like, fuck that. This dude owes it. Leave it on there. We're never going to get our money, but we'll be a thorn in his side. You know what I mean? But then you get those guys that'll send off a letter that say, well, show me where he signed, show me that this is truly his debt. and then they have 30 days to come up with the original paperwork. It can't, and they got to wipe it off anyways.
Huh.
Credit's a fickle motherfucker, though. You gotta know some shit, bro. Let me tell you. Gotta know some shit, homie. Did you have anything else?
By way of...
Where at in Chicago are you going?
Lincoln Park. The name of the band.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that where they got their name?
Yeah.
So that's where they're from, Chicago?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
And that's where my son lives, Lincoln Park.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. So can you see the park from wherever his apartment's at?
I don't know if there's a park. That's just the name of the city. I don't necessarily know if there's an actual Lincoln Park.
Because when you said that, I just pictured like in San Francisco, across the street from where they filmed Full House.
Okay.
Was that park, and that park is next to down the street from the police station, but everybody knows it because of that park, and knows the house because it looks just like it does in the, obviously, right? That's why I figured when you said, "Oh, Lincoln Park," I figured, well, they have to be a fucking park. I'm gonna name a city Lincoln Park. Okay. Right on.
And you know what the trip is? My wife and I might go there just to check it out from the outside. He lives on the same street as Wrigley Field.
Really?
Yeah, but it's a walk. I mean, it's like I mapped it out. It's like a 30-minute walk.
Oh, wow.
So we might do that. Trek it up there one day. Well, we're only there for 2 days.
Is Chicago a mile high?
I don't know. I don't think so.
And you guys next week, right? So okay. So you might miss all the winter weather then, right?
My wife checked. It's like mid-60s now.
Nice. Probably the best time to go then, right?
Probably.
But you're like right in that.
Well, it's not mile high. I think it's windy city.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and I'll stay here. Although if somebody wanted to call me out of retirement to do radio, that's where I would want to go.
Why is that?
I don't know. I've always had a draw to that city for radio. I don't know why. Motown, maybe? I don't know. Just something about being able to do radio in Chicago. Like, it sounds fucking sexy.
Motown, isn't that Detroit?
Man, why you had to fuck it up? Because I was thinking that too. I was like, wait a minute. I can't let shit slide. Fuck. Yeah, I don't know. There's something about it, bro. Like, there's just a nostalgia. I think about, like, almost Warrior-esque about doing that. Like that lady did. Like, you know, you got that little record playing in the background. Thunk, 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 thunk. When you got that record on, you know, when it does that. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
You never heard that when you put a radio on and it's waiting to get to the vocals, or it's at the end and it's a thunk, thunk, like a warp in the record, and it just kind of, probably not that loud. It's really light.
All I know is the scratching sound.
This motherfucker. It's not something you do. It's just something that's on the radio or on the record that you're playing. It's a defect in the record, and when the needle sits on it and it goes over the warp, it goes thunk, thunk. It comes back down kind of hard, so it thunks. You ain't no DJ. You right. Shit. Kind of bullshit. Don't know that sound. Talk about I'm a DJ. What kind of shit is that? Yeah, dude, I don't know. I think that'd be fucking cool. That would be way cool, doing radio and fucking.
See, but the thing is, I mean, now radio is done. It could be done from here.
I know. Isn't that crazy? But there's something about doing, like, there would be something about doing it there, though.
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, you know what? I'll tell you what. I'll do it from here. You know, 3 weeks out of the month, and then I want to fly out for a couple of days and do radio up there.
You know, I used to have a customer who, his name was Mike Evans.
Okay.
It was Mike Evans in the morning.
Right.
He was like an entertainment reporter right here in Cathedral City. And I couldn't go to his house before like 10 a.m. because he would wake up early.
Oh yeah.
There was like a news, like let's say a 15-minute news story he would do. But what he would do is, starting from the East Coast, like at 5 a.m. our time, or actually earlier, maybe 4 a.m, he would call. He had like a list of radio stations he had to call every day and tell them a news story, an entertainment story, I should say. And it would only last like 10 minutes, and they talk about it real fast. He hang up with them, wait until his next scheduled time to call somebody, and it would just go across the United States. And he wind up, the last calls were like here in Los Angeles or San Francisco, saying the same story to all these stations. Yeah. And I remember listening to it once. Hey, we got Mike Evans, Mike in the morning. How you doing this morning? He's like, hey guys, how you doing? Da, da, da. It was a trip.
Right?
But this is like 15 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Those days are long gone, bro. There used to be, like, when I was working there in Bakersfield, you'd walk into the door because they had their own news stations there, a couple of AM stations, a sports station, easy listening, old school, our old school stuff. Then they had the hip hop and R&B station. So you'd go in, and down that first hallway, you take a right, and you were right in the middle of like the newsroom, and the machine would be sitting there, and it's just like that, dude. It would make that sound just like that, and it was crazy because you're like, "Fuck, it does make that sound. That's crazy." And then you sit there and watch it. It'd spit out, all the different stories that were national news, and they were written. And if you took that and you listened to whatever station you wanted to, it was read exactly the way it was written.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. There's so much shit about radio that people have a misconception of that blow their mind if I told them all the bullshit.
But yeah, like I said, I wasn't allowed to go there before 10 because he had phone calls all the way up until then, and he didn't want the dog barking. He didn't want me making noise because it was like a back bedroom that faced the backyard, and that's where he was doing his gig at. Every 5 days a week.
That's cool.
And he'd be done by 10 o'clock. Have the rest of the day to himself.
Fuck. That's the way to do it, dude. Like the dude from Disney back in the day. Make about $250,000 a year, dude, just voicing shit for Disney. The movie guy?
Oh, the movie guy with the deep voice?
At least that amount of money a year.
Damn.
It's big money, dude, just to sit there and coming this summer and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Like, holy shit, dude. There's a lot of money out there, and the internet has brought a lot to it to a lot of people. So I'm gonna start searching that shit and come up with something. Maybe I'll do the voice guy for porn. Coming this summer.
Here we go.
Harry Potter. Whatever it's gonna be, you know what I mean? I don't know. That'd be hilarious. How would you introduce me? Hey, this is Mingo. You may have heard him on one of your porns that you watch. He's a voice guy. He does all the porn industry. Anybody that you need to shout out this week? Anybody having birthdays?
Our high school friend Griselda, her 21st wedding anniversary is Thursday.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Griselda and Juan. 21 years come Thursday.
Oof.
I went to their wedding. Yeah,
and they made it this far?
And next Thursday, the big one, it's Pacheco's anniversary. Mine and my wife, 27 years.
Wow, 27 years, dude.
27.
How did she do it?
Feels just like yesterday, man.
Weren't you saying that yesterday was a... No, I'm just kidding. That's good, dude. I'm proud of you to be able to make it that far. That's a big statement these days, dude. 27 years?
27 years is a long time, kid.
I've been divorced longer than you've been married.
Serious?
Wait,
No.
No. I've been divorced more times than you have. Just saying. not afraid to get it wrong before I get it right. You know what I mean? It's all gravy. It's all good. Anybody else?
No, that's it.
Just those two?
Yeah, we'll be in Chicago next week.
Well, how long is the flight to Chicago?
I think it's 3 hours. It's 3 hours going, 4 hours coming back.
Because of the wind?
I believe so.
Really?
Yeah.
I was just a guess. I didn't really think the wind was that bad.
And I mean, when I say it might only be like 40 minutes, but it's like 3 hours and change to go and then 4 hours and change to come back.
Right. I got you.
And then when we get there, it's one of those things that I think I discussed this before. I said this before. We go to at the airport. We go downstairs and there's like a train station.
Oh yeah,
We just jump on a train and go to where he's at. That's so convenient.
So from the so is it an actual train or is it subway?
Subway.
So is it the airport subway or is it the city subway?
City subway.
So you can actually get to your son from the airport.
He said when the stop that we get off on, we can either walk or take an Uber. It'll be a long walk, or we could take a short Uber ride.
Got you. So you're gonna take that shuttle to there and then get an Uber from there to his
Take
house?
a subway to there. To the stop closest to his house. And then when we get out, I'll have to ask how long of a walk it is.
Okay.
But probably, I don't know.
Long enough to get an Uber.
Yeah.
If it's long enough to get an Uber, you should. If he's telling you that.
But he also said that I might want to take the bus to Wrigley Field because of the walk. But it's only half an hour. And it's a main street. It's not like we're going side streets and stuff.
Yes, but it's half an hour after being on an airplane ride for 3 hours and then being up for how long before you got to there. And because you're one of those people, like, you don't go like right before you're supposed to board. Like, you'll probably be there 3 hours ahead of time.
We'll be there that early. It's Palm Springs.
2.5 hours?
No, we'll be there about an hour and a half early.
Okay. All right.
Hour and a half. Because you got to be there at least a half an hour before, because that's when they start boarding.
Right.
So.
Do you guys do, for these short trips like that, do you do, what do you call it? Or do you ever do, first, what's that shit called? When you sit up front? And
First class?
Yeah.
No.
It's always, what, economy?
Yeah, whatever is, yeah.
Even when you do long flights, like Hawaii, did you do first class then?
No. Regular.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's 6 hours to Hawaii, right? At
Something
least.
like that. Bora Bora was a killer. That was like 14 hours.
Oh shit.
And that was a little tough.
Yeah, that sounds, yeah. 6 hours is probably about my, all right, I'm good. Let me out here. Wherever the fuck we are, I'm good. I can't do this shit anymore. I did that once to Tampa, and I don't think I could sit in a metal tube like that for more than 6 hours anymore.
But I think, like I said, when we went to, where did I just go? Hawaii?
Yeah.
When we were leaving the plane, getting off, they had us walk through first class. And when we boarded in between first class and where we were sitting.
Okay.
But when we exited, they had us walk all the way through first class. And do a lot of those seats were down, like in a bed position.
Oh.
It's like, man, that's nice right there.
Yep.
Sleeping for those 6 hours. Oh, that would have been nice. But then again, I'd have been snoring and.
Yeah, you'd have not made it nice for anybody else. But
yeah.
they give you the complimentary earplugs, right?
I don't know.
When you're up there, just
I've never been. I don't know.
I've sat in first class once. But I don't remember if it was a long flight or not. But it was nice sitting up there. I think it was when I had surgery on my arm. So sitting up there it was good for me to sit up there. I don't think I could have made it had I sat in the back. Like I wouldn't know how to fucking hold my arm.
Right.
You know what I mean? But now I'm just like, fuck, I deserve to sit. I want to sit up front like everybody else. I'm gonna Rosa Park this motherfucker in a minute. Watch. All right, everybody. Hey, well, thanks so much for listening. We won't have one next week. We should be back the following week with all kinds of Chicago stories and whatever whatnot. So I love you guys. Thanks. Bye.